All right, today we are going to adjust our well pressure. Our house water pressure is extremely low, so I'm going to go over and show you how to do that. Try to explain it to you in terms that you can understand so you know what you're doing. All right, so what you want to do, you may want to just check it first, but you've got your water supply coming in. You may have a drain. You've got your tank here, pressure tank, kind of holds water so that you're not cycling your pump all the time. And then you got a pump that's going to pump up the pressure. Currently it says that we're at 40. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to check the pressure of the tank, and we're going to see when our pump kicks on and when our pump kicks off. And then we'll adjust it from there. I'll show you what all these screws are. Well, I can tell you what these screws are right now. This one right here, currently your pump is set to a range, probably, let's say it's 40 to 60. So it cuts on when the pressure gets to 40, and then it pressurizes the tank until it gets to 60 pounds and then cuts off. So it's a 20-pound range. This will adjust that higher or lower. Let's say I wanted it to be, I wanted the pump to cut off at 50. So then I'd loosen this. If I wanted to cut on at 70, I'd tighten it. But it doesn't change the range. It's still going to be 20 pounds because we said 40 to 60. So if I lowered it 10 pounds, it would go 50 to 30. If I raised it 10 pounds, it would go 70 to 50. This does not change the range in between the two numbers. This just changes where. Tighten it, increases pressure. Loosen it to lower pressure. This one changes where the high end. So if I wanted to adjust that 20-pound range and I wanted to turn on and off in a 10-pound range, I would loosen this bolt. If I wanted to increase it, I would obviously tighten it. So this one you shouldn't have to use. It should already be set to about a 20-pound range. This one is the one we're going to deal with, and we want it to be probably around 40 to 60. You can kind of go a little bit higher, but you really want to know what you're doing if that's the case. So here we go. Be careful, there is voltage on here, probably just 120, but depending on what kind of pump you have, it could be more. So you don't want to be licking those. All right, so this is the water going to the house. I apologize, this is the water coming out of the well. Obviously this is your supply, okay? So we are going to bleed it out. Hopefully you got a bleed out valve. If you don't, you'd have to leave this on, kind of be inside the house and outside the house. You'd have to have somebody on the phone. But we're going to bleed this down and see when our pump kicks on. You should either hear it or see it. But really it should be on right now. It should be, mine should be on, but it's not, and that's why I'm out here. Okay, you can see we're going down. Oh, so I cut on about 35, and then we'll see when it turns off.
What is mud? That's mud. That's mud.
35 to about 53. We want to, those are rookie numbers. We want to bump those numbers up. So our range is good. 10 millimeter works on mine. And remember, we said tighten is going to increase the pressure. We want a little bit more pressure. So we're just going to tighten her up a little bit, about one turn. And let's see, try this process again. About 38. Man, you gotta do a lot. So as you can see, that we only brought it up like 3 pounds. We're just gonna
really want at least 60.
Oh man,
It's pretty good. All right, simple as that. As you can see, you're just gonna tighten that seam down and you're good to go. If I wanted to bring that other number up a little bit, I could just tighten this other one down. We might do that just so we can show you how it works. I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten this down a little bit so that we can prove that theory. So I'm gonna just tighten this one. So now that that top pressure should be elevated. It still should cut on about the same, but what I've done is I expanded the range. Came on at 45. Before it cut off right about there. Now it gained about 3 pounds on the cutoff.
Yep.
So now my range is 20 pounds. It's on at 45, off at 65. That's exactly what you want. You know, they say 60 to 40. I just wanted a little bit more pressure because I got some sprinklers and some uphill stuff I got to deal with. Plus I like high water pressure. Make sure your pipes are rated. Make sure your house is rated for whatever you're doing. Call a professional plumber. Don't count on Looney Bin to pay any of your stuff. You're on your own. Don't forget to open your valve back to your house and you're good to go. I have known people that their water switch wasn't working. Come here. And what happened was inside these contacts, ants would build a, they would just get all up in there and mess it all up. So make sure you just protect this area from ants. And if your water pump's not working, go out and check to see if you got any ants. All right.